The United States military maintains a constant presence across the world to preserve peace and prevent conflicts. In the Middle East, combat-hardened American troops fight alongside local troops, and for decades, tens of thousands of U.S. servicemen and women have been stationed in South Korea, Japan, and Germany. Some believe a large international footprint is a waste, and that the dollars spent overseas would be better used at home. And they question putting American lives in danger when our allies have the resources to defend themselves. This is not the first time that Americans have argued for greater isolationism. In the late 1930s, as the country was recovering from the Great Depression, a diverse group of Americans formed the America First Committee. Over 800,000 Americans joined the AFC, and its membership included luminaries like the famous aviator Charles Lindbergh. The goal of the AFC was to keep America out of a European war. The AFC opposed the Lend-Lease Act, which provided important military aid to Britain. They argued that providing resources to our allies was compromising our ability to strengthen our military at home. And they objected when the U.S. Navy escorted ship convoys during the Battle of the Atlantic. The outcome of World War II might have been very different if the AFC had succeeded. Without our naval support, the Axis powers could have fully controlled the seas and defeated a poorly armed Great Britain before turning their attention to America. Cherished American ideals like liberty, egalitarianism, and democracy would have been in jeopardy both abroad and in North America. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, the AFC's hope of neutrality and isolationism were no longer an option. Just like in 1941, neutrality and isolationism aren't options for the United States today either. Many of the places where the U.S. maintains a peacekeeping presence are sites of previous aggression. And the unfortunate reality is that there are other nations with very real agendas that threaten freedom, democracy, and human rights around the world. The unique position of the United States in the world, both in terms of its resources and its foundational principles, means we can't afford to take a hands-off approach. American isolationism will leave the world without the leader and key defender of liberal democracy. Rather, by maintaining a limited but strategic presence across the world, we are able to help protect the most vulnerable and preserve freedom both abroad and at home.